Hello and welcome to Study with Sudhir, your own digital classroom. My name is S Sudhir. Hello, namaskar, vanakkam, sat sri akal, adab varsai. Today, of course, is going to be a special day, 3 o'clock. Your results are going to be out. Today is also Mother's Day. So what better occasion than today to give that fabulous gift to your mother, who in most cases, a mother is the first teacher for any child, isn't it? So give that special gift to your mother today on the occasion of your results. Okay, you need to dedicate it to her. Now, a few things I wanted to tell to all my children and also the parents, because I share a very close relationship, association with many parents. I always believe it's a teamwork of three players: the parents, the child, and me. That's how we work. I always tell any child who comes for enrollment to SWS courses that it's not enough for you to make that effort or I to make that effort. It cannot be a singular effort. It has to be teamwork. Okay. And that's what I really believe is the secret of our success stories. Now, a few things. This, of course, is the CISE website. You would have already seen, so I will not kind of spend time looking at this. You would have seen this circular, which was released yesterday evening. And these are the steps which you need to keep in mind in order to access your results. ISC class 12, you need to go for ISC. ICSE needs to click on ICSE. This is the basic thing. And I've already spoken about the revaluation, etc. in my videos yesterday. Now, 10 other points. And please listen to this video till the end. It's in your interest. Okay. 1, keep your admit card with all the details ready. The UID number, etc. All those kind of details ready. उस समय पर ढूंढते मत रहना. Okay, keep it ready well before 3 p.m. so that you know exactly what is the number. Okay, in the mark sheet that you will get the individual marks of all the subject papers that you have given. For instance, in class 10, you will get English language, English literature, your regional language, maths, physics, chemistry, biology in case of science students, the optional subject, history, civics, and geography. That is, you will get marks out of 1000. You need to kind of compress it and make it out of 600. And out of those 6 subjects, you need to choose your best of 5, which is English plus the other 4 subjects. And that's what you will tell to your Mama ji and Chacha ji and Chachi ji and Mami ji how much you got. Okay, so best of 5 in case of class 10, best of 4 English plus best 3 in case of class 12. I hope that is clear. Number 2, what I would strongly suggest is that well before 3 p.m. on a sheet of paper, you know exactly how you have fared in your examination, like psephologists do, okay, or like we journalists do at the time of elections, when we tour and we get an idea about which way the wind is blowing, how many seats the BJP will win, what is the range, 100 to 120, Congress 80 to 110. I'm just giving a rough range, in the range in which we think the seats will be given. Similarly, you say in maths paper, this is the minimum I'm very sure I will get. This is the maximum I can get, because there could be some gray areas. English language, this much I will get minimum, this much I could actually go up to. So have that band for each one of your papers, both class 10 and class 12 students, so that when you get the actual marks, it will be easier for you to see that, okay, whether I fall in that band, whether I'm closer to the minimum or whether I'm closer to the maximum. This will also help you कि क्या आपको revaluation के लिए apply करना है या नहीं, because it will be a decision that you will have to take along with your parents. For the parents also, it will help that, okay, my child has done the geography paper like this. He or she expects these many marks out of 80. And this is the minimum band. Also, another thing, please remember before you apply for revaluation, that you may assume that मेरे को तो 20 out of 20 project में दे ही होंगे. And you would think, where did I lose those 2 marks? So you would assume that, मेरे 2 mark इसी में से कटे होंगे, theory में से कटे होंगे, and then you will apply for revaluation, right? Be very sure. I know there is no real way of finding it out, because there are cases where in project, you may not have got 20 on 20, you may have got 18 on 20, and here you may have actually scored 80 on 80, and that's how you would have got a score of 98 on 100 in geography. I'm just giving a random example. So, don't jump to conclusions because it's quite possible that it may have been the project which may have been the villain and not your theory paper. Of course, there is no breakup, so there is no way of finding out whether you lost marks in theory or in the project, or how many marks you scored in the project. Okay. Point number 3, do not share your admit card details with anyone except your parents, your siblings, and your teachers. Do not share it with anyone. You wouldn't want your entire mark sheet to be shared on your family WhatsApp groups, right? Marzi tumhari. Okay. So that is something. I mean, you may not be very happy, especially if you have not done very well. Okay. Number 4, if your cousin is also in class 10 or class 12, okay, do not compare results, because the relationship, the association between a cousin and a cousin is very, very deep. It goes back to so many years. Don't spoil it over a mark sheet. Okay, don't get into this comparison कि तेरे कितने मार्क आए, मेरे कितने मार्क आए, तेरे इस सब्जेक्ट में कितने मार्क आए, मेरे इस सब्जेक्ट में मार्क कितने आए, and then get into backbiting. And another thing, please remember, don't say ill or don't mock anyone, don't make fun of anyone over anything like a WhatsApp, because screenshot लेके share किया जा सकता है, आपका relationship इसमें खराब हो जाएगा. These are the small things which actually happen अराउंड रिजल्ट्स डे. तो एक रिजल्ट के ऊपर पूरी जिंदगी की फ्रेंडशिप, अभी तक की जिंदगी की फ्रेंडशिप को खराब बिल्कुल मत करना. ओके, the relationship between cousins cannot be determined just by the marks of a class 10 or a class 12 examination. Then I really believe that it is the experience, and this is the larger picture. It's the experience of facing these board examinations that is much more important than just these marks. Of course, these marks are important because they are a validation of what you did. But the real experience, आपका जो 11th and 12th में for class 12 students and college life for class 12 students will be on the basis of, you know, how you actually prepared for these examination. Whether you did last minute preparation or whether you were very organized right from the beginning. It is that lesson which will help you climb the next ladder, whatever academic or later on in your professional life. So I can tell you that in a job interview, you will never be asked for a class 10 mark sheet. हमारे ज़माने में पूछा जाता था for the date of birth. अभी आधार कार्ड आ गया है, right? You don't even need that. So class 10 mark sheet, nobody will ask. I'm not saying that the next batch of class 10 should not prepare well, because as I said, this is the first step on the ladder. You get you know, it's a training regimen for how to kind of face the entire world, because you are kind of competing with lakhs of students across the country, right? So in that sense, it's important. But the mark sheet does not define what you are or how good you are. Please remember that. Even class 12, except for admission to a college, or class 10 for admission to class 11, beyond that, it does not really have any kind of significance. So don't let it weigh you down. Don't behave as though it's the end of the world अगर आपने as per expectations perform नहीं किया हो तो. So please remember this. These are important words. Okay. And I'm sure many parents also will agree with me. Point number 6, that today's generation has far more opportunities than you and I did, right? So these marks or percentage based degrees percentage based, assessment or some kind of appraisal does not really ensure that you will get a great career. Someone who scored 90 does not mean that, the rest of the path will be a bed of roses. It will definitely never be, because you'll always face different kind of hurdles and obstacles. So formal education, unfortunately, is vastly overrated. What you learn, the kind of social associations you make, the kind of friendships you make, the kind of networking you do, which you can tap into much later in life. It's very possible that at the age of 30, you may decide to collaborate with someone who was your classmate in school, and the two of you can come together to create a great business together, right? It's very much possible. So social associations, friendships, at this stage are very important. So look beyond marks is what I would tell you. The mark sheet is not the only thing. In fact, that's why on our English language course, the Ashwin course, we pay a lot of attention to mentoring. It's not just about grammar that I teach. It's about how you lead life. The grammar of life is much more important than the grammar of English language. That's something which I strongly feel. And that's why you realize this year when I'm seeing the admissions into various class 9 and class 10 courses, many of them are the siblings, the brothers and sisters of students who were with us in 2021, 2022 and the 2023 batch. So that, according to me, is a certificate of trust. This is the trust which is much more important than any mathematics sum or any physics numerical or any English language rule. That, according to me, is very important. इसीलिए SWS पे हम मार्केटिंग नहीं करते हैं. वी डोंट कीप स्क्रीमिंग अबाउट आवर कोर्सेज एंड से दैट उसके कोर्स से हमारा कोर्स ज्यादा अच्छा है, उसके कोर्स से हमारा कोर्स ज्यादा चीपर है. नो, वी डोंट डू दैट. इट इज द पेरेंट्स एंड द स्टूडेंट्स हु आर आवर मार्केटिंग, एंड अकॉर्डिंग टू मी दे आर आवर बेस्ट मार्केटिंग टीम. what better marketing team than you can get than people who have used your product, who have interacted with us. Okay, let's come back to this. Point number 7, always remember that you will get 100 more chances. Let me show you some interesting success is not always what it shows. For instance, I saw this on Twitter. People here may just look at this person, the topper, and say, wow, he has got their cup and this is too easy. Seedha pahunch gaya. Nobody sees the kind of thorns and the cactus that person has gone through, and his feet are bleeding. His or her feet are bleeding. So success isn't always what it seems. Everyone has a story. You don't know the struggle that person has gone through. When I see stories about, people of, there was a case of some daily wage labor, his child becoming a topper in one of the state boards in India. Those are the stories. Those are the inspirational stories that should really motivate you to do even better. So this is something which I would want you to remember. Another thing, don't wait for the opportunity, create it, because each one of those, your class 9, 10, 11, 12, these are all steps in the ladder. They are all steps in the ladder, and here is when you will actually achieve success. You will go and create your own ladder. So focus on creating your own ladder, because just like you have played snakes and ladders in your childhood, काफी सारे सांप भी मिलेंगे. Who are the snakes? The snakes are the hurdles, the snakes are the obstacles, the snakes are the jealous people. You will find many of them. It's never going to be a bed of roses. So you focus on creating your own ladder. That is what is called opportunity. So focus on that, and that has to be the lesson that you need to keep in mind today when you are waiting for your results. Always take inspiration from what you did right in class 10 or class 12 for your next step of your journey, right? And to relatives, I will say this, that if your nephew or niece is in class 10 or class 12, don't call up at 3:01 ki result kya hai, batao. Okay, wait for them to call you and inform you about the results. That curiosity does not need to get the better of you. And to parents, I would say this, that this is the time to celebrate your children. It's very important. Make them feel good that you worked hard and this is the fruit of your hard work and labor. You need to celebrate them, take them out, party, that's all okay, but remain grounded. Please also tell them that this is just the first step. There are going to be many such exams that they're going to face in their life, and they need to do even better always. Not in terms of marks, but in terms of the effort that they put in. Okay, that's something very important. Life is a journey. Life is not a competition between X and Y and Z. Okay. And also, if by chance, God forbid, if your child has not done very well, it's okay. Put an arm around your child's shoulder and say it's perfectly all right. There will always be a second chance. And God knows, God has probably given you a second chance in order to get even better than anyone else, right? And always ensure that if your child has not done very well, spend time with him or her. This is extremely, extremely important. I say this with all the responsibility at my command as a teacher, as an educator, and as a parent. So that is something which you need to do. So stay grounded, celebrate, but ensure that you don't put anyone else down. You have won the battle. You have not defeated anyone. Okay, it's your battle and you have done this much. That's all what matters. Okay, X गाड़ी का mileage इतना होता है, it can reach a destination faster. It's fine, but the other cars also will reach their destination. Everyone reaches their destination. Some people take longer, some people take a shorter period of time, but the destination will always be reached. And that is what is important. How you enjoy the journey, the experiences during the journey, that's what matters. Okay. All the best to you. I look forward to interacting with you after the results are out. I would look forward to hearing from you what your journey was like. Thank you very much. Tata, bye bye. God bless you.